Hi, this is Sherry at the Intentional Home Podcast, where I share tips and resources to help you live with intention and purpose. This is episode number 39, and today we are continuing on in our Countdown to Christmas series here on the podcast. I am trying to help you week by week get prepared for the holidays so that as we go through, we've already gone through Thanksgiving, but as we head towards Christmas, that you can enjoy these days with your family and friends and not be all stressed out with all the things that you feel like you need to do. So we're going to be continuing on this week in our series, helping you to get ready for Christmas now. If you've not had a chance to pick up our holiday planner, these weekly to-do lists are straight out of my 12-week holiday planner, and the holiday planner itself, the ebook, has tons of other resources. There's lots of forms and recipes and activities and printables, lots of things that add to this. So if you want to pick up your copy, you can just head over to sherrygraham.com/holiday planner and you can grab your copy. Okay, let us move on and look at what is going on this week. We are up to week number 9, and it is mailing week. Last week was Thanksgiving, and now we are full-fledged into Christmas mode as we look to December coming up here in a few days and all the fun things that go along with getting ready for Christmas. So your focus this week, one of your focuses, is going to be on getting those gifts shipped. So the first thing that you're going to do is go ahead and finish up wrapping any of those gifts. And these are just the ones that you need to mail. You know, if you've got family or friends that aren't close and you're not going to see them at Christmas where you can physically give them their gift, these are all of the rest of those gifts that you need to mail. So go ahead and finish getting them wrapped. Get them all packaged up in the boxes. If you, most of the time you probably will be maybe sending them a Christmas card as well. And a lot of times we're going to be doing that this week as well. But go ahead and grab the Christmas cards that you're going to send them, and you can go ahead and just stick those in their packages. I know I have done that because a lot of times we send pictures and extra little goodies in Christmas cards, and there's no reason why you can't just go ahead and stick that in their package, and they'll get that when they get their gifts. So get all those gifts ready to ship, get them addressed, labeled, and go ahead and take them to the post office and get them mailed. I know it might seem early, but you know, sometimes the post office, depending on how you're mailing your packages, whether you go through the post office or something like FedEx or UPS, but sometimes over the holidays it can get kind of crazy and packages can take a lot longer sometimes to get delivered. So there's no reason why we can't go ahead. A lot of times it's going to take a week or so to be delivered. So by the time they get it, it's going to be into December. A lot of people will have their tree up possibly by then, and they can go ahead and get those gifts and put them under their tree. So that is the first item on your list, is to get those gifts shipped. The next item is to complete your Christmas cards. So you're going to pull out your Christmas card checklist that you made earlier. You're going to finish up addressing your Christmas cards. If you've done a newsletter, you can get that included. If you have a family picture that you want included, whatever you want included in those cards, go ahead and get everything all put together, get your envelopes addressed, and get them mailed this week. The next item, and these are a couple of fun things that you can think about as we head into December, is doing some kind of an Advent countdown or a countdown to Christmas. There are lots of fun ideas that you can do from, you know, when children are little, even just doing like a chain made out of construction paper where you have a link for each day of December, and every day during December they can tear one off. So there's that kind of a fun thing that you can do counting down to Christmas. There is lots of like Advent calendars that you can do. I know my mom made us an Advent calendar. It's like a quilt wall hanging, and the quilt is a Christmas tree, and then there's buttons on the Christmas tree that little ceramic ornaments hang on the tree. So it's a wall hanging that we put up every year. And it has little pockets with all the 25 ornaments, and then every day the kids get to the kids take turns, but they take out an ornament and they put it on the tree. And so by the time we reach Christmas, the whole tree is going to be decorated. But there are lots of fun, different Advent calendar type things that you could do. One fun idea I wanted to share with you, well, actually a few ideas here, but on my website, I have a free printable that you can use to come up with some fun ideas of things that you want to do over December. And what it is you use blank index cards and you print out this printable. So each index card is going to be for one day in December. They're numbered 1 through 25. And then you use those index cards, you fold them in half, and on the inside, you come up with different ideas of fun little activities that you can do each day of December. So it could be something like making cookies or watching a Christmas movie or going Christmas caroling or reading a Christmas book, whatever, come up with 25 different ideas. You write those on those 25 index cards. And then what I did one year is I strung some twine across the living room. You could do it like above a window or wherever you have an empty spot. And then I used I can't remember if I used paper clips. I think I used paper clips to clip them onto the twine in a row. So every day the kids got to take one down and find out what fun thing we get to do that day. So that's one idea. And you can find the link to that free printable in the show notes. Another fun thing that you can do, and I have not done this, but it sure would be a lot of fun, is you can either purchase or you can wrap up some of your Christmas books that you have now. And these are going to be just kind of story books. They're not going to be long chapter books necessarily, but they're going to be a book that you could just sit and read in one sitting. So fun thing you can do is to either round up ones you have or purchase some new ones. And I'm going to put a link in the show notes to my favorite Christmas read alouds. It's just in my Amazon store, so you can go there and see a lot of really fun Christmas books that you could get. But wrap up each book in wrapping paper and stack them up in a nice pretty basket and put it, by your tree or somewhere in the living room. And then every day your children can go take a book out, and you can number them. If you want to go in a particular order, you can put a number on them, and then they open the number for that day. So on December 1st, they would open the book, the package that's labeled with a 1, but have them unwrap it, and then you can read it together as a family, just as a fun daily activity to do during the month of December. So that's another fun way that you can kind of count down to Christmas. There's also if you're familiar with the Jesus Storybook Bible, there's a really neat free printable that goes along with that you can use to read through. It has readings to do each day to kind of go through Advent. So that link is in the show notes as well if you want to go take a look at that and get some ideas. So there are lots and lots of different fun things that you can do to count down to Christmas, fun things you can add to your days during the month of December. The last thing I want to mention is doing some sort of Advent devotionals or Jesse Tree devotionals. There are lots of different ones out there. I'm going to put a link in the show notes to a post that I did that has a bunch of our favorites for Advent. One of those is called Grandpa's Box, and it's just a fun read aloud that we read. We've read it quite a few times over the month of December, but there are lots of different ones. Jotham's Journey. There's just a lot of different ones. There's Ann Voskamp's Jesse Tree devotionals. Lots and lots of different options out there, but you can go to that link in that post and find out some different Advent type things. Also in that same post where I share some of those fun Advent books that you can look at, there's also a ton of holiday activities and links and studies and just fun printables and things that you can do. So you might want to take a look at that post and maybe use some of those ideas if you do like a countdown like I mentioned, the countdown to Christmas. Maybe look at that for some ideas of things that you can do too. So things are getting exciting. Like I said, we are past Thanksgiving now. We're looking to heading into Christmas, looking at actually starting in December, starting all of these fun activities and things that we can do with our families. So just enjoy this time with your family. Don't get stressed out. Again, your focus this week is getting those gifts shipped that get them already and get them mailed, get your Christmas cards mailed, and then start planning some fun things for counting down to Christmas or doing some type of an Advent calendar. Plan this week on what you're going to do so that when December 1st comes, that you're ready to start and have some fun times with your family. So that is it for this week. I hope these weekly countdown to Christmas to-do lists have been helpful to you, and I hope that even if you've not gotten everything done, I hope that they have just been an encouragement to you to work at it a little bit each week, and the more you get done as you go along, the less stress and the more fun you'll have as Christmas gets closer. So I want to thank you again for joining me here at the Intentional Home Podcast. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast in iTunes or your favorite podcast player. And if you would like more information, and if you would like to see the show notes and links to all the resources that I've mentioned in each of the episodes, just go to sherrygraham.com/podcast. Thanks and have a wonderful day.